Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And we continue to follow breaking news tonight from Dearborn and live pictures right now from Sky 4. That's where police have swarmed the Hampton Inn on Michigan Avenue after shots were fired inside the hotel. News since 4. State police confirming Dearborn police are in negotiations with the suspect in hopes of ending the situation peacefully.
We have learned one person has been shot, taken to the hospital. Now, that Hampton Inn hotel is right near the intersection of Military Street, and police are telling the public to stay out of the area. Let's get to Mara McDonald. She is live in Dearborn with the very latest. Mara, set the scene for us.
Karen, I want to show everybody what we're dealing with out here. Number one, take a look. This is Michigan Avenue, and this is a 360 of what this looks like out here right now. We just got briefed by the chief within the last half hour or so, and he is saying or confirming what started this whole thing, which he says started over a money issue. A guest at the hotel had some sort of upset over a money issue, and that is what precipitated all of this. Witnesses inside the Hampton Inn described the moments as police entered the hotel and started going room to room to get people out.
I heard loud bangs and I just thought like maybe maintenance or, they were just fixing something, because I couldn't really make out the sound or how loud it was because I had my music playing right next to me.
We just heard some footsteps running up and down the hall. I peeked my head out, saw some cops at the end of the hall. They told us to get back in.
The man, armed with what police describe as a long gun, started shooting around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Officers immediately responded to the scene, secured the scene, and started to evacuate patrons and employees of the hotel.
Police say the gunman is contained inside the hotel but continues to fire indiscriminately. As far as injuries go, police will only confirm one shot right now. Witness accounts, which have not been verified by police, suggest there is more than one person shot. With this still very much an active shooter scene, police are begging you to stay away.
At this point, yeah, it's going to be a waiting game, and like I said, we're working through it.
Back here live, Chief Shaheen making it clear that they are in no rush out here, that they will take as long as it takes to end this thing with no further injuries. And I will say, Karen and Sandra, we have seen a little bit of movement out here, I'd say in the last 10 minutes or so. Nothing rapid or anything like that, but some realigning of resources, let's put it that way. So maybe we're coming close to some sort of resolution here. We're live in Dearborn. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And as we know, this can change minute by minute, so keep us updated. We'll keep everyone else updated if anything develops. Thanks, Mara.
Our other top story tonight, the weather and some major changes coming as we take a live look right now from our downtown Skycam. It's going to feel a whole lot different when we wake up.
Oh, it definitely is. Let's get over to Kim Adams. It's going to look and feel a lot more like fall.
Much more like fall. Just in a 24-hour period, we will likely see a 20 to 25 degree temperature drop. Right now, we have some prefrontal showers. It's the cold front coming through that's going to bring us that rain. We'll do a little street level mapping here and go in closer for you on Mount Clemens. A shower right now all the way down to about Cass Avenue along Groesbeck, right where the high school is, getting some light rain now. Also up into Anchor Bay and New Haven. A few scattered showers after sunset for most of the area. Upper 60s now in Pontiac, 74 at City Airport. Temperatures will rapidly cool down tonight and will be in the upper 50s by midnight. But it's really tomorrow when that cold air behind the front settles in. Highs tomorrow only in the low 50s. I'll have your weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kim. President Biden pardoning thousands of Americans convicted of marijuana possession under federal law. The president is also calling on governors to issue similar pardons for anyone convicted of state pot charges. The White House says no one is currently in federal prison for simple possession, but says this could really help thousands with renting a home or perhaps finding a job. Today, Attorney Jeffrey Feiger said the family of Porter Burks plans to sue Detroit police.
Burks was fatally shot by Detroit police during a mental health call, which happened over the weekend. Jacqueline Francis is live tonight with more on what Feiger and the family had to say along with the police response. Jacqueline?
Yeah, it's pretty unusual for the Detroit Police Department to respond to an attorney involved in litigation with the city, but in this case, they felt they had to. It comes after a fiery news conference this morning held by high-power attorney Jeffrey Feiger and the family of Porter Burks.
I want answers in this case. I'm not in it, and this family isn't in it for money. They can't bring him back.
Attorney Jeffrey Feiger is promising a lawsuit. representing the family of 20-year-old Porter Burks, who was shot over the weekend by Detroit police. Feiger says Burks suffered from paranoid schizophrenia and was having a psychotic break when his family called 911 for help. The body camera footage shows police trying to get Burks to drop a knife.
Can you do me a favor and drop the knife?
Police say he charged at them, which is when they opened fire.
Porter!
Officers also on the scene had to assess the threat and stop the threat.
If the training consists of executing clearly mentally ill young men or women, that training is grossly inadequate, deficient, and nonsensical.
Admitting he's no police expert, Feiger said there had to have been a better way to respond to this mental health crisis.
How about all that body armor? They have helmets, they have arm and chest armor, they have bulletproof vests everywhere. Are you telling me that today you don't have sufficient equipment to send an officer towards somebody with a 3-inch knife and instead you have to execute him?
Feiger and DPD are at odds about a number of details in the case, including the length of that knife, the distance between Mr. Burks and the officers that opened fire, and the manner in which they dropped him off at the hospital. Now, DPD did respond to a number of those points in their statement today while defending their training when it comes to responding to mental health individuals with weapons. We're live tonight. I'm Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Well, he had police and the entire city on edge for days. Today, convicted serial killer D'Angelo Martin learned his sentence.
Martin, in fact, will spend the next 45 to 70 years behind bars. Megan Woods is live tonight. And Megan, it was extremely emotional today in the courtroom.
Extremely emotional. D'Angelo Martin himself spoke. It was very brief, but before that, we heard from 5 different family members of the 4 women who were killed. And, 45 to 70 years may sound like a lot, but to these family members, they have the sad reality of realizing that no matter how many years D'Angelo spends in prison, it won't bring back their loved one.
My mom died in the worst way that somebody can die.
I've had nightmares every night.
Those are the daughters of Nancy Harrison and Travisine Ellis, 2 of the 4 women D'Angelo Martin killed. Nancy's daughter Lisa found out she was pregnant 3 months after her mother was murdered and now has 2 kids.
She'll never be able to meet my babies, ever.
While Latrice Ellis tells the court her 3 children continue to ask about their grandmother.
I haven't even come close to telling them exactly what happened because I don't want to frighten them and want them to be afraid to live.
Then there's Anita Nelson Reed. Her twin sister Annetta was also murdered.
I'm grateful for the one man that found my sister in that house, black and blue, bloody in her face, her pants pulled down, raped, strangled, and murdered in that vacant abandoned house.
All 3 waited years for this very moment.
A plea deal gives you hope. It gives you hope that you may get out of hell one day. You don't deserve to see daylight or another day in your life.
D'Angelo did speak.
I just want to apologize for the people that going through what they're going through.
And even though D'Angelo Martin pled guilty back in September, today in court he said that he will be back there because he didn't do it. But the judge simply replied that the court didn't believe that because he had no hesitation when giving statements in the past. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Megan. In other news tonight, we're going to talk about the sentencing day for one of the men who took a guilty plea in that plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. Caleb Franks asked for leniency from the judge after cooperating with investigators. Sean Lay traveled to Grand Rapids for today's sentencing. So, Sean, what did the judge decide?
Good evening from a rainy Grand Rapids, Karen. A very emotional apology from Caleb Franks here inside court directly to Governor Whitmer. And you mentioned the judge. His decision was to send a direct message to anyone choosing political violence. Caleb Franks from Waterford sentenced late this afternoon to 48 months, 4 years, for his role in the plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Franks apologizing directly to the governor, telling the court, quote, "I'm sorry to the governor and her family. This had to be traumatizing. I am ashamed and regret every decision that has been made." Franks' attorney, Scott Graham, telling the judge, quote, "He has fully accepted responsibility for what he did and truly recognizes why it was wrong." Mr. Franks agrees that what happened here is unforgivable. What do we know about Caleb Franks? He is one of the younger members of the domestic terror group Wolverine Watchmen at age 28. He was living here at this home in Waterford and was a substance abuse counselor at district court in Pontiac after struggling with his own addictions. Franks was one of 2 local men to plead guilty in the Whitmer kidnapping case and testified twice against the men he says he was plotting with. He says the plot to kidnap the governor was very real. The group's motivation was Governor Whitmer's shutdowns and lockdowns in the early days of COVID. They wanted to put her on trial. Frank says his motivation was to die in a shootout with police during the actual kidnapping operation. Here's what we're watching for you going forward. The next person to be sentenced is Ty Garbin, another local man from Heartland, the only other defendant to plead guilty in the Whitmer kidnapping case. His sentencing in December. We'll be here to cover it for you. Live in Grand Rapids tonight, Sean Lay, Local 4.